Welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here today because, well, we are setting out on a very specific, honestly game changing mission. We are going to completely dismantle everything you thought you knew about making money, and we're going to reveal how capitalism actually rewards value. If you've ever felt like you're working incredibly hard but just not getting ahead, it's highly likely because the beliefs you hold about money are actually putting a strict limit on your potential. So buckle up because we are going to break down the real equation of wealth. Let's just dive right in and wrap our heads around some crazy numbers for a second. Think about entire nations, like Albania, with a GDP of $17.74 billion, dollars, or Jamaica at $15.45 billion. Dollars. Those massive numbers are completely dwarfed by the personal net worth of one single individual. Gautam Adani's net worth sits at a staggering $155.7 billion. Dollars. This isn't science fiction, and it's not some tale from the distant future. Massive, incomprehensible wealth like this is a present reality in our world today. But, contrast that mind-boggling wealth with the reality most of us face every single day. You get a good degree, you land a supposedly good job, and yet every day feels like a struggle just to save a little bit of cash. You're constantly waiting for that next salary, credit card bills are piling up, installments and rent are due. You end up sacrificing your favorite things, and slowly, your dreams of buying a big house, traveling the world, or just having a little financial peace of mind, they just fade away into fantasies. It really makes you wonder, how did those billionaires do it while the rest of us are just stuck? Section 1, your limiting money beliefs. So why do we feel so trapped? Well, to figure that out, we have to dig into our foundational programming and break this cycle. I mean, how many of these myths do you subconsciously believe without even realizing it? We're talking about beliefs handed down by our upbringing, our society, and heavily reinforced by movies and classic Bollywood tropes. We're taught that the wealthy were just born with a golden spoon, that rich people are inherently greedy, and that money is the root of all trouble. We hear money doesn't grow on trees so often that we literally start to believe earning it requires breaking our backs. But honestly, the most dangerous limitation of all is the deeply ingrained equation that money strictly equals your monthly salary. Let's just completely shatter that golden spoon illusion right now. Forbes data actually shows that a massive 84% of new billionaires created during the COVID pandemic were entirely self-made. Only 16% inherited their wealth. We're talking about self-made folks like Sachin Bansal, Ritesh Agarwal, and Nikhil Kamath. They didn't start with endless resources. They started with a completely different understanding of what money actually is. The truth? All those limiting beliefs you've been taught since childhood are simply wrong. Section 2. The time for money trap. This really brings us to the core mechanical problem of how most of us operate. So here's a number that is absolutely crucial to understand: 28. If you're operating under the belief that money just equals a salary, you are trading a finite resource, your time, for a set amount of cash. If you earn 30,000 rupees a month, it will take you a staggering 28 years just to earn 1 crore. You are directly tying your earning potential to the hours on a clock, which means you only get paid for the exact time you put in. And honestly, that depressing 28-year timeline is a best-case scenario. It completely ignores your daily household expenses, the taxes you have to pay, and the absolute brutal reality of inflation. By the time you grind away for almost 3 decades to reach that 1 crore, inflation will have eaten away its actual purchasing power. You're going to reach old age having spent your most precious resource, your time, just chasing a number that barely sustains you. Which brings us to the core issue. If you're just trading your time for money, you are basically playing a game you're guaranteed to lose. The self-made billionaires we talked about earlier, they do not play this game. They know that in a capitalist society, money doesn't follow hard work or time spent. Money follows market value. The market, which is made up of you, me, our families, our neighbors, determines what is valuable. Section 3, the real money equation. So how do you actually win? Well, you have to learn the rules of an entirely different game. Think about this comparison to understand market value. A sweeper or a day laborer works incredibly hard, right? The job is physically exhausting and demanding. Yet a surgeon or an accountant sitting in an air-conditioned office earns exponentially more. Why? It's not about the sweat on their brow. It's about replaceability. The bitter reality is that a laborer's skills are easy to replace. A surgeon, however, has spent a lifetime mastering highly specialized critical skills. The market places an incredibly high value on things that are difficult to replace.
The secret to increasing your market value is super simple to understand, even if it's tough to execute. You have to solve problems. Literally, every highly profitable company in the world exists because it solves a massive problem. Amazon eliminated the huge hassle of going to crowded shops and waiting weeks for delivery. Uber and Ola solved the frustration of finding reliable, on-demand transport. Oyo made finding accessible rooms easy, and Zomato and Swiggy solved food delivery. The bigger the problem you solve, the more money you make. Solve a problem for lakhs of people, you make lakhs. Solve it for crores, you make crores. It's really that simple.
If you take away just one thing from this entire explainer today, it absolutely needs to be this paradoxical truth. Stop running after money. Seriously, you've got to stop chasing paper and start obsessing over problems instead. Look around your industry, find the gaps. What are people constantly complaining about? What really frustrates them? Because once you shift your focus from how do I make money to how do I solve this major inconvenience, you unlock the true equation for wealth. Section 4, scaling your solution. Finding that solution is really only half the battle, though. Now we need to scale it. Let's say you're a super talented guitar tutor, charging 2,000 rupees an hour. Sounds pretty great, right? But think about it. Congratulations, you've just created another time-bound job for yourself. Your income is still strictly capped by the hours in a day. Now imagine you take that exact same expertise and record a comprehensive online guitar course. You make the effort once, but that course can be sold infinitely to anyone around the world, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, without demanding a single extra minute of your time. Now that is true scalability. This actually builds into a really clear step-by-step framework for wealth. Step 1, find that profitable gap where people are just totally frustrated. Step 2, create a solution that can scale way beyond your direct physical involvement, like software, a franchise, or digital content. Step 3, the second you can, build a team. Hire people who are better than you at specific tasks and delegate. Never try to carry the whole thing on your own shoulders. And finally, step 4, once the system runs smoothly without you, you can either enjoy that passive income on autopilot or sell it for a massive valuation. Because when you build a system that solves a huge problem and runs independently, the market will reward you beyond your wildest dreams. Facebook didn't just buy some cool apps, they bought immensely valuable scalable systems, paying $1 billion for Instagram and a staggering $19 billion for WhatsApp. eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion. This is the ultimate payoff of the wealth creation game. And to put a human face to those crazy corporate numbers, check this out. Out of that $1.5 billion PayPal acquisition, $165 million went straight into the pocket of Elon Musk. It just beautifully illustrates the absolute power of building something highly valuable and scalable, rather than just clocking in and out for a paycheck. Section 5, the ultimate currency. So why do we go through all this effort? What is the actual end goal here? Because when it comes down to it, money is just an illusion. It's a piece of paper, or, just some digital numbers on a screen. It literally only holds value because society collectively agrees to believe in it. So if money isn't the real goal, what is? The true goal of breaking those limiting money beliefs and building these scalable systems is to buy back your time. Time is your most precious, finite, incredibly limited resource. Once it slips through your fingers, no amount of billions can buy it back. When you build wealth through scalable solutions, you're ultimately buying the freedom to spend your days exactly how you choose, without the constant, draining anxiety of financial survival. I really want to leave you with this mantra to internalize. Stop running after money and run after problems. Make finding scalable solutions your life's goal, a meaningful struggle that has the real potential to change the world, or at least change your world. Because this is the true key to unlocking a life where money is no longer a source of tension. So I challenge you today to look at your routine, look at those beliefs you hold, and ask yourself one final profound question. Is it really the right decision to sacrifice a massive chunk of your very limited time on this earth for a job that just keeps you trapped in the time for money equation? I really hope this explainer has sparked a total shift in how you view money, and much more importantly, how you value your own life. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.